guys, and welcome to another edition of the Market Marauder Show. Being the market, one trade at a time. If you're new to the Market Marauder Show, it's an investment channel, helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Definitely helps YouTube out promote the videos. Alright, so this is going to be another episode of my journey to 1 million. The goal of this video series is to show you how to build a portfolio, some plays that I'm making personally, and the goal is for me to try to grow my account to $1 million. So, it's been a pretty interesting week. If you saw a video last week, from this week, the account has jumped quite a bit. Got in options very heavily last week, had a lot of good plays. So let's go over some of the plays. Overall, the time of the video, the account is at $1,000 and $1,034.29. So had a nice little increase this week. So let me break down some of the moves. So overall buying power is at $180. Let's show you some of the plays that were made. So starting on here, we're at week 5. So we have MRK. I bought one contract of that at $9. BAC, which is Bank of America, bought 5 contracts of that at $15. What started the week off and grew the account significantly was GWH. So GWH is a battery company backed by Bill Gates, kind of like QuantumScape, but this one uses iron, water, and salt to build their batteries. They were going public. I read an article about it, so I was like, very interesting. So I jumped in that article, the day before that article came out, actually. And so I bought the uh, contract for $200 and then sold it for $800. So I had a nice little $600 increase on that one, and that kind of kicked off the account. Kind of going exponential from there. So let's go to GWH and let's look at that play. So it went pretty crazy. This is basically where I jumped in at, rode this spike all the way up to where, hold on, let's go to the 1 week. So this is kind of where I jumped in right here on the 17, rode this spike all the way up here, and then sold at the top. Which I didn't know it was going to be the top, by the way, so just a lucky guess for me. But rode it all the way to the top, bought the option down here, sold at the top right here, and then it started to fall off immediately afterwards. So if you see right here, this is the 12th, around 8 a.m. Actually, at a dentist appointment where I was trading this in the dentist office. So definitely very interesting move on that one. I kind of got to the dentist office around this time, bought it, and then sold it right around here as my dentist appointment was wrapping up. So going on here, we can see the actual buy. It's the same day, so the 12th. About a $20 call for $200, and then sold the same day at that peak for $800. So that kind of started off with a large amount of capital being added to the account, positive $600, which I've been using to trade the rest of the week. So that was kind of the first one that started it all off. So going back to here, let's jump into some of the other plays that I had. So I bought with that money that I had, I tried to use it wisely and kind of distribute it through a lot of different plays. So first one on here, we had Tesla. Bought 2 contracts of Tesla for $344, which I still currently have at the moment. So on here, yeah, you can see I'm actually down $18 on those 2 plays. So bought 2 of those for a call. Tesla has been going up though, so hopefully those will be able to yield me some profits. I also used some of that fund, so this is like $200 of that $600. Use it to buy 1 contract of Amazon. So I bought it and then sold it for bought it for 200 and then sold it for 235. So a nice little $35 profit on that one. And so we can go to Amazon and look at that one. And so Amazon definitely went up today significantly. I wish I would have stayed in it because it did just go crazy today. So going on here, we can see if we scroll down, bought um, the contract for 200. sold for 235, so bought on the 13th, sold for 235, so nice little $35 profit on that one. So go on here. The next one is Riot. So Riot used some of the profits from the 235, since I was plus 35 from the 200 initially, and then bought a contract of Riot for 181, and then sold that contract for 215, yielding me $34. So let's go to Riot, which is Riot Blockchain. The only reason I bought this one is because I saw Bitcoin just start going crazy this week. If we look at the week time frame, Riot basically mimics Bitcoin, and so if Bitcoin is bullish, Riot's most likely going to be bullish. But then also there was an ETF that was passed by the SEC, and Riot was one of the companies that was going to be added to this uh, ETF. For Bitcoin, and so I was like, okay, there's probably going to be a lot of money flooding into this one if it's becoming an ETF. And then another company that I wanted to get my hands on for an option was MicroStrategies, but MicroStrategies is just way too expensive for me with the amount of capital that I have in this account currently. So on here we can see bought this one on the 13th for 181, sold for 215. So definitely a nice little profit on that one. Like I said earlier, just want to show you all the time frame on that. And these were calls, by the way. So bought a call $55 strike price, and then bought a call 55. I mean, sold the call at the $55 strike price, and these are pretty far out. So 3/18/2022. So try to buy out with a little bit of time, so that you know your delta not killing you, or the Greeks don't kill you. So all of them combined don't kill you. As far as time decay, doesn't really affect you as much if you buy closer to an expiration date. You can still make money on those, but definitely, it's a lot more difficult to do so. So that's Riot. Let's go to the next one. So I bought one contract of Walmart for $54, and I still have that one as well. So if we go to Walmart, we can see I still have that one contract for Walmart, and it's still negative $1. Walmart had a lot of news surrounding it, so I think in the long term, Walmart's going to go up. That's why I bought a leap, such a long play out. So this is doesn't expire until January 2023. So it's going to have a long time for that to actually yield me some profit. So that's kind of my long term play on Walmart. I think. I bought that one because President Biden was talking about he wanted Walmart and FedEx to help with the shipping crisis. So that was kind of the news that I had, and I was like, okay, so there's money going to be flowing into FedEx, and there's going to be money flowing into Walmart. I personally worked for FedEx a long time ago, so you know, not saying that it's a bad company. I do like the company. I liked it when I was there, but between the two, the Walmart one was the cheapest one to buy option wise compared to the FedEx one. So that's why I jumped into the Walmart contract. So next we have F, which is for Ford. Bought two contracts of that. I'm actually neutral on that one, so I have two contracts. Bought it for $44. And as you can see, the amount of money that I'm starting to put in start to slow down a little bit. So just bear that in mind. That was just the way that I was trading. So two contracts for uh, Ford, because Ford was just going crazy this week, and so these don't expire until 2022 as well, so they're pretty long-term plays. Because I think Ford is doing really well, so those only cost $44. And then I sold CSX. I've had CSX this call for quite a while now in my portfolio. If you look at the previous video, I had the CSX one for almost like 2 weeks now. So I think like week, uh, I don't have it on here as far as logging it. I don't know why I didn't log it on here. That's why I put it on here. So I bought it September 28th and then sold it this week for $35. So it was a small $5 play. I just wanted to get out of that one. Next, I bought one contract of Corsair for $87. And let's go to that one. So it's right here, plus $3 on that one. And that one doesn't end until May 2022. So I think that one's going to continue to go up, especially with it being one of the Wall Street bet stocks. People just started marketing it, talking about it. I think it will catch on. Now, will it do what AMC did? I don't know, but I am positive $3 on there, so I'm definitely happy with how it performed overall. Next, we have AA, which I think I bought today, actually, when I saw that there was a hike on aluminum, that there was a shortage on aluminum, and I think AA was an aluminum company, Alcoa, that produced aluminum. So I read an article about that, and I was like, oh, if there's a shortage of aluminum, that means prices for aluminum companies and manufacturers are going to be going up like crazy. This one had the highest volume that I had seen, so I jumped into it. And I think that one was for today. So this has a 77% buy rating. If we look on here, yeah, 8 hours, 5 hours. So yeah, I bought it today at $103 for this one contract and sold it for $130. So that was a nice in and out play, just a 1 day play with the $75 strike. And also look at this. This is a $75 strike for January of 2022. So you don't have to wait until the price gets to the $75 in order to execute. So I think that's a misconception people have when they first start trading options is, hey, I gotta wait till this price gets to here in order for me to be profitable. This shows you right here, this is in the span of 3 hours. So in the span of 3 hours, this yielded $27. So it may not be a huge amount of money because it was only one contract, but still, it yields you profitable by just this. You just multiply this times how many ever plays you have. Me, I'm all about capital allocation. I don't want to lose large amounts of money. So, especially if something that I'm going off just at whim, an article that I read. So when I start to see articles like this, uh, Alco reports higher sales as aluminum prices rise. You can just read the headline on that, and then aluminum makes sound the alarm. About U.S. magnesium shortage. So these are all talking about shortages and bottlenecks, and inflation start to go up. And as the price starts to rise, companies make more money. And so putting all those things together, looking at this one that had high volume, I was like, okay, I can afford to get one contract, especially since it was pretty affordable at $103, given the current amount of money that I had in my account. So that was kind of the synopsis around that one. And so this went up to $130, and I sold. Didn't want to hold on for that one for too long, which seemed to be pretty good because it did go down in the after hours. So nice little play on that one. So then after that, I read some news about Johnson and Johnson. There had been some deliberation about if the booster would be passed or not. So I think the FDA did pass it, and there are going to be steps forward to how to distribute that, and what plans are for moving forward. I definitely missed out on the first run with Moderna and Pfizer when they started to kind of blossom. Then Johnson and Johnson kind of went down a little bit because they were talking about their previous one that came out, which was a single shot, being, you know, not unethical, but there were some things going on, some complications compared to Moderna and Pfizer. So I think this is kind of a Trojan horse event for Johnson and Johnson, so they can kind of rebound themselves, or a Phoenix event. We can call it a Phoenix event, rising from the ashes. So I bought 4 contracts of that for 258, and hopefully those will be profitable. I am down $30 on that, and it is a pretty short time frame window wise. But with something like this, especially a vaccine rollout, um, I think having this out by December is they're not going to waste time when it comes to rolling this out. So I definitely think that's enough time, but we'll see if I'm right or wrong. Overall, this week yielded a $701 profit. So with the $600 sell, the $35 sell, $34 sell, $5 and $27 sell. So that's kind of what makes up the price point of this account. So that is different from this one because this one is just showing for today. But if we go to 1 week, the 1 week time frame says 6/36/91. So overall, I think it was a pretty positive week, getting one step closer to that $1 million. So these are plays that I think everybody can make. If you look at them, I don't think there were any of them that were too ridiculous. Now, the only reason I started going crazy with this trading, buying these contracts for 344 and 200 was because I did have the capital to do so. So I don't leverage, I don't borrow money to trade stocks or to buy options. That's just something I personally don't do. I don't, want to borrow money to, risk something losing more money, because once you borrow money, you've already lost money. So I don't want to doubly lose money if I'm wrong in a situation. So that's something that I try to do. Also, I'm going to start trying to keep a certain amount of money in here based off of a percentage. I haven't really figured that out yet, but I do like having, $180. If I wanted to jump into, a stock, just a raw stock itself, other than the option, I think 180, probably around 200 to $300 is a good price range where you can jump in and out of some of these plays. On average, looking at the price of these, you see like 200, 300, 200. So between $200 to $300 will give you enough money to do a little bit of damage without completely depleting your account. So I think that's going to be a price target that I have, especially if you have 300, jumping in and out of these little bitty plays right here, especially with this CSX one, which is $30, you made $5. Even though it's a small $5 one, if you have $300, you may be able to multiply that, a little more by getting more than just one contract. So a little bit of strategies like that. That I'm going to be trying to apply. Also, with some of these, if they do yield profitable, like Tesla could go crazy, Johnson & Johnson could go crazy, in my personal opinion. Even Boeing could go crazy. I might potentially lose money on Bank of America because it just continues to go up for some reason, even though they did have good earnings. But I feel like Bank of America is overpriced at their current price. They're like way past 52-week highs at this point. So it does have to fall down eventually. Hopefully it does before January. So we'll see how that works. AAL, I think this one may potentially pop as well. MRK, which is Merrick, still waiting on this one with the pill, the pandemic pill, I'm going to say, coming out pretty soon. So that and the J&J one, I think, are going to be the main focus of the market with getting back to the new normal. So definitely going to be looking at those two plays moving forward. And with AAL, they're allowing international travel now for some people. So definitely going to be looking at AAL to potentially go up with more flights coming in, which is going to yield more profits for them. So definitely have a strategy for some of these. Facebook, they have some policies and stuff they need to fix. So going to be looking to see how they perform. But overall, this is the account, and this is week number 5. So good luck to everybody out there trading. Hope you all have a great rest of the week into next week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.